Welcome to the PropLinq AI podcast, where we sit down with real estate leaders, tech founders, and innovators shaping the future of property markets around the world. I'm Stuart Quintal, founder of PropLinq AI, where we help real estate businesses convert more leads, close smarter, and build stronger systems using AI. Today, I'm speaking with Ali Ramji, Managing Director of SRM RealEstate, a boutique firm based here in Dubai with a strong focus on investment properties and client-first advisory. Ali, thanks for joining us. Great to have you here.
Thank you for having me, Stuart. Appreciate it.
All right. Let's sort of get started with your story. How did you get into real estate, and also what led you to the launch of SRM?
Getting into real estate first, it was never really a choice for me when I came to Dubai. I was in the hospitality industry prior, so I was running restaurants. I had a dessert shop as well in the UK. And I was quite young when I did that, and I wanted to move to Dubai for a better life. Originally going into finance, learning the financial markets, trading stocks, working on wealth management, portfolio bonds, etc. And I kind of looked at it in a way where finance wasn't for me. As much as I enjoyed the investing side of it, managing financial funds and platforms kind of wasn't my cup of tea. And when I was here in Dubai, I think real estate really gave me a bit more of an inspiration as to how people were investing, how people are actually building real wealth off the back of leveraging properties. So I had a conversation with a friend of mine. He also has a company out here now. And it was a day where I just said, look, we had a chat, we met on a boat party, and we were like, he was doing real estate for about 2 years prior, and said, look, let's have a conversation. Your personality matches what we look for in the industry, but what do you feel like you can bring to it? And I wanted to say, look, I can see there's a lot of room for people investing rather than just people coming in and buying a home. A lot of people can make money off the back of what's happening in Dubai and the steady growth of the economy, with the amount of people that are moving over here, the amount of people moving their businesses over here as well. Especially being from the UK, I know a lot of people that have done business in the UK for so many years now. And with all the taxes, with all the inflation going on, people just want to come to a place where that tax is next to nothing. Now they have corporate taxes, I know, but with real estate, there's none. There's no capital gains tax, there's no rental tax on your income. So you've got all of these things. And for them to move their businesses over here with corporate tax only at 9%, they're actually able to see a profit. So they're like, why are we not moving to the Middle East? Why are we still in the UK dealing with poor weather, climate, dealing with all the stress, having the tax man coming to visit them all the time and making sure everything's in order? So that mitigates all of that. And then you've got the nice sunshine here. Dubai is a very accessible place, as you know. You've got really nice coffee shops, you've got the best hotels in the world here, you've got beach access. No matter where you live in Dubai, you're 15, 20 minutes away from the beach, regardless of where you are. So to facilitate all of that into real estate, that really pushed me and drove me into it. I mean, I've done renovating properties in the UK, I've had my hands dirty, building, plastering, whatever it is, doing electrical works, wiring. But now I'm looking at it more, how do we build wealth? How do we help people grow? How do we allow people to turn that income from not just a business, but from a real estate perspective to help you retire?
Okay. You've positioned SRM as a boutique investment focused agency. How do you define that model? How do you define that model, and what type of clients do you typically serve?
So people in Dubai make bold statements, whether they say they're the best real estate firm in Dubai or whatever it is. It's too bold to make. Everyone does the best to what they can, but what actually makes you the best real estate firm? And no one really has a wording to back that. Other companies bill more money. Some companies do better service for their clients. Our new slogan for the company is invest better. Very short, very simple. What we want to do is provide a client experience from the minute they walk into the door to feel when they've left that we've done a better job for how they invest than what they were already doing. We're not here to say we're the best company in the world. We're not here to make all these bold statements. What we will do is position ourselves as a firm where every person who works within the business provides a service to make sure whatever your portfolio is doing is better than when you came to us.
When you're sort of looking for properties or evaluating properties for your clients, what are the key factors that you look for?
The key factors is to kind of go on with the market. So Dubai is not one market, as you can probably see. Dubai has different markets depending on areas and communities. So for example, you've got EMA, who are a master developer. Their communities will always hold a certain weight in the market. They are some of the guys who lead the market in a way where other properties and other developers can come in and grow and leverage their properties off the back of their communities. Now, how we look to find the right properties or the right units is to see what is in natural demand. So if you look at Palm Jumeirah properties, for example, people are in demand in the Palm Jumeirah because they want water view properties. They want to have that sea view. They want to be accessible. They want to have that exclusivity of that. So you're fitting a market of exclusivity. Whereas if you're looking at, okay, we've got someone who might be pet friendly, they want pets, they want this. Dubai Hills really accommodates for having dog parks and golf courses, and it has that greenery. Same with Al Barari. So you've really got to look at what do the individuals want as an end user. Then the other side is, if you're an investor, that's your customer. The end user is either the person buying that property from you later, or they're the person renting that property off you. So we need to really facilitate for the types of people of what they're going for. You get your low ticket investors. They will buy something maybe in JVC, and you'll get someone new, fresh, moving to Dubai. It will be their first property. They'll stay there for a year or two, and then they'll move on. So you kind of have a flow. Whereas if you want something and you want to spend a bit more money, you go into Dubai Hills, Palm Jumeirah, and you've got someone who's going to stay there more long term. So what you don't want to do is facilitate 1 bedrooms in those sorts of areas. You want to look at 2 bedrooms and 3 bedrooms, mainly because you're going to be facilitating families or townhouses and villas. So how we look at the market is, firstly, work out what the investor wants from it. Do you want to exit the property in 3 years' time? We can go with a 1 bed in JVC. We'll get a couple of tenants in that time. We'll exit at a slightly higher rate. No problem. Very straightforward and simple. Gets you on that property ladder, gets you generating some sort of income. If you want something for the long haul, someone says, oh, I would like to rent the property for 10 years and for 10 years. Right. We're looking at townhouses. We're looking at villas. People want to stay. You've got a garden. You've got things like that. And I think COVID impacted Dubai a lot, where people are now leaning more towards townhouses and villas because they were kind of stuck with a 20 square foot balcony during COVID, and you're in lockdown and you have no sunlight, you've got no real room to breathe, you're kind of fighting with your partner because you were both working from home on this kitchen table and you're having a bit of a kick of like, I can't hear my Zoom meeting, well, I can't hear mine. So reducing all of that, I think a lot of people are now more interested in that sort of market, which is where we're in low supply. And that's where the demand has come from. People now want that, and we're in low supply. So is it a good investment? Anything in low supply with high demand is a great investment.
You touched on some of these aspects, but globally, like Dubai's property market has seen some massive shifts in the last few years, from the, as you sort of mentioned, from the pandemic recovery to the investor booms. How are you reading the market right now?
The market right now is comparable mainly to international markets. So Dubai brings a lot of clientele from people who are not born here. So you've got local GCC residents, you've got a lot of people who live in the Middle East. Majority of the investors are from completely different nationalities.
Now, talking about a lot of the international investors that you deal with, like, what's one thing about Dubai property market you think that the international investors still don't fully understand?
I think they don't understand. It's one of those ones as well. Sometimes there's that it's too good to be true side of it. So they might not actually think it's realistic until they see it. That's the other side. So this is where now I'm inviting a lot more people who haven't actually been to Dubai to just come here, just actually experience the country for yourself. And we can actually show them, like, we've got portfolios we've done for multiple clients, and we have everything documented, where we can actually show them the type of results we're achieving for existing clients, the type of results that we've got portrayed for the future. And we've actually got data from things like Property Monitor and stuff to see where the pricing has gone from, or where it started, to where it's going to go to in the future. So I think the whole "it's too good to be true" is one thing. Part of it is as well the growth. We achieved a massive amount of growth in property values from 2020 to 2023, even in 2024. Now we've kind of slowed that down, which is good because that means the market's stabilizing. So it's not in a position where it's got that, oh, right, we're just bumping up pricing. And I think it's the fact that the Middle East right now, there's a few tensions in the Middle East, as you may know. So I think going over those is just to show how geopolitically safe we are as a country. Things were happening in Russia and Ukraine, and all of these parts of the world, and people were coming here. People who want no part of political stances or anything, they will come here. And they were scared for their money being tied up in their local bank accounts in their countries, and were saying, we'll just bring our money into Dubai. And that's where a lot of spike happened. We had a lot of, especially nationalities from the Russian market as well, coming in and saying, we just want to buy as much as we can with no real strategy. And sellers are now just jumping up their pricing. And now what's happened is you've got a market that's just elevated. Now I think we're stabilizing with the US tariffs coming in play. Dirham is pegged to the dollar. So very big benefit for US investors. They're not losing money on exchange rates or anything like that, as we're a pegged currency. Benefits for European, Indian buyers is the fact that because we're pegged to the dollar and the exchange rates have gone up for UK, European, Euros, they're actually getting more for their money now. So because the exchange rate is better for them and it's stronger because we've come down a bit, we worked out something, you could save hundreds of thousands of pounds on property just because of a little thing like exchange rate, sending money here. So that's a good thing.
Well, Ali, look, thanks so much. Appreciate all the insights and your perspective on the Dubai property market as well as the broader region. And look, it's really refreshing to hear your approach to investors and making sure that you're using data and technology to help them along that journey. Now, before we wrap up, where can people learn more about SRM or get in touch with you if they're looking for opportunities? Thanks, Ali. And for those tuning in, if you're building a real estate business or want to streamline how you manage leads, qualify buyers, or scale smartly using AI, you can check us out at PropLinq AI, and also check out Ali and his journey at SRM Real Estate. Thanks very much. Great. That's